now, spark a fire, blaze it higher. Big up everybody, got to hustle harder.
Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Our next conversation, we're focusing on the National Secondary School Entrepreneurship Competition. And joining us this morning in studio is Sophia Stone, Director of NSSEC, and Adele Rose, Foundation Manager of the Massy Foundation. Ladies, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
It's a pleasure to have both of you in studio with us this morning. Sophia, we'd like to start with you. So NSSEC is now in its 9th year. Can you tell us a little bit about the program?
Yeah, so it's a 6-week digitally driven gamification simulation, which sounds like a mouthful, but essentially it's using gamification to teach young people in Trinidad how to start a business.
Okay.
So it's a simulation program in entrepreneurship.
Okay, nice. And let's talk about Massy Foundation's involvement. How did it start?
So the Massy Foundation is an underlying company within the Massy Group. We're the non-profit organization for the Massy Group. And our mission is really to give back to the communities that Massy operates in, recognizing that we have a responsibility as a responsible investment holding company to ensure that we aren't just benefiting from the communities, but also helping those communities benefit from our operations as well.
Beautiful. So you see the alignment, the marriage coming together between NSSEC and the Massy Foundation. Okay, so let's go to young entrepreneurship. Is there anything new, or what is there new that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago for young entrepreneurs?
So the NSSEC program gives them a great platform to learn about how to start their business. So for anybody who doesn't have the experience, we go through the secondary school system. So all secondary schools across Trinidad and Tobago are invited to join, and it's digital. Okay. So no matter where you are in the country, you can take part. And what we've provided this year in the competition, which is new, is we're going to be doing a youth market in December, closer to Christmas time, where young entrepreneurs who actually have their business from past cohorts can come and share their businesses with the public.
Wow. So, and that's something that's critical, supporting the young people. But let's speak about the Massy Foundation. Why does the Massy Foundation believe it's important to support young people?
So in the words of Whitney Houston, we believe the children are the future.
Hey.
So honestly, though, Massy's vision lies in being a global force for good. And we see ourselves as an investment holding company with a Caribbean heart. And a key part of that is, of course, investment. And I love to tell young people, give yourselves a round of applause, because you are one of our best investments. Because by really, helping them to grow, we see the future of Trinidad and Tobago, the region, the entire world grow as well.
And that's something that's so beautiful, because you're hearing about the impact and the impact I'm having on the younger generation and the world, as you would have just said. So let's speak a little bit about the impact of the program that you've experienced so far, Sophia.
Yeah, it's been incredible. So over the past we're going into our 9th year. So it's been quite a long time, and we've been able to see how young people who may have a talent or interest in something very specific, cooking, jewelry making, clothing, whatever it may be, they're able to take their talents and passions and really hone it into a business that they can consider for their future. So learning those skills, marketing, accounting, management, really empowers them to take that to the next level. And we've seen that across every year that we've done it.
Now, in addition to the actual simulation and competition, are there other components that the children will be participating in?
Yeah, every year we have a really exciting opening ceremony where we typically invite a soca artist to perform. We have business leaders from all of our sponsors, which are Shell, First Citizens, Massy Foundation, Guardian Group, and PwC, come and speak. So they share their wisdom with the young people, which the young people love that, because they have a lot of experience to share. And it's really just an incredible opening ceremony to kick off the program, and we have our closing ceremony as well. But I think this year the youth market is going to be really exciting, where we can see some of our past participants come and show what they've been able to do coming from the program.
Wonderful. Now I can see you're excited about that, but Adele, what are you most excited about this year?
I think for me, every year, the most exciting thing is seeing the young people's potential be unlocked.
Yeah.
Because, in the words of one of Trinidad and Tobago's up-and-coming poets, Lady Lava, I stop see potential. And I tell young people, the challenge with potential is that if you don't live up to it, it's just a nice word, right? So for me, it's seeing that light bulb go on when they recognize, oh, this isn't just an idea. How do I execute? And how do I successfully execute? And if I fail at executing, what do I learn from that so that moving forward, I can succeed? So it's always wonderful for me just to see at the very beginning, they come in, they're kind of cocky, you know, oh, we already know it all. And then by the end of it, the enthusiasm, oh my gosh, we had so much challenges, even week to week, you know, when they're waiting to find out the results, who's on top of the leaderboard that week. Seeing the excitement build and their understanding grow is really wonderful to experience.
Now, you just mentioned week to week. So what is the duration of the program, Sophia?
The program lasts 6 weeks,
Okay.
and it starts October 7th is the opening ceremony, and it goes through 6 weeks. And essentially, each week they submit their decisions. They work as a team. We have 128 teams each year, and each team comprises of 5 students from each school. So it really is incredible where they come together, they work, and then they submit their results each week. And then at the end of 6 weeks, we announce the winners.
Okay. And how do you determine the schools that are eligible? Is it that schools submit themselves, and then you will go through the candidates?
Yeah, so going into our 9th year, we have a really great reputation. The principals, the teachers, and the students really all want to get involved. We have a waiting list every single year. So a lot of students know about it already, but students can get involved by reaching out through our social media. I think they'll probably put it up. And registering this year is almost full, but you still have a little bit of time if they are interested, and any secondary school can compete.
So for those of you who are interested, you can go to NSSEC or you can email admin@ttnssec.com for more information. And the race definitely seems quite challenging, to say the least. So really looking forward to what we're going to see come out of it. Adele, from what you've experienced, of course, being a part of the Massy Foundation, supporting NSSEC, what do you believe has been the most outstanding initiative?
So I would say the youth market that she's been mentioning, but most of all, just seeing, I remember years ago when it was fairly new, asking Sophia and the Stones if they had done an impact assessment as yet. And they hadn't. And when they started doing that, really seeing the changes that are being initiated, I love to say that, you know, the Massy Foundation is about impact, not just outcomes.
Yeah.
So seeing that young people went from, oh, I want to be a CEO, and not knowing what that means, to actually having the experience of either standing as a CEO, as the HR manager, as the marketing manager in their teams, and getting a better understanding, and that allowing them to become more directed in their plans for their career. Be it, okay, I want to go on to study this in more detail, or I want to focus on starting my own business while in school.
Yeah.
So, you know, really just seeing that has been amazing.
And that's the beauty of it too, because you see that is what's pouring into the future as well. We've seen that shift generationally when it comes to what you think you can do when you're 15 versus what you think or know you can do now. Something that you mentioned, Sophia, is you spoke about like different industries. So you spoke about jewelry making. So is it that all, well, I should say all industries are covered in this?
Yeah, so essentially anybody who has any kind of interest in starting their own business, or like Adele had mentioned, even if they have a career path that may be looking towards C-suite or executive, this will help you in anything you do. So this is used globally in different companies, in universities, and what it teaches you is all kinds of skills, working together, marketing, finance, strategy. It really is all-encompassing in all things that you need to learn to start your own business.
And something that's quite interesting as well, I noticed from the brief, is that females make up 70% of the participants. Is this something that you've seen grow over the years and now it is at that point, or has it always been that way?
Yeah, so the competition has been incredible in the sense that it's very accessible to everybody.
Right.
No matter if you're in Mayaro, in Tobago, in Port of Spain, you can access the program. And what we've seen is that girls really are girl bossing. You know, they really are interested in starting their own businesses. They have talents and they want to take advantage of the opportunities in school to learn about how they can do that. And so from inception, it has been we've always seen that more girls take part in the program than boys. But I think what we have seen is that whether boys or girls take part, everybody comes out of it. And we've had, in the same impact study that Adele was mentioning, we've noted the statistics show that once taking part in this program, children who have taken part are 90% more likely to start their own business or have an interest in starting their own business. So it is making an impact.
Okay, excellent. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time, and I know there's a bit more to talk about, so hopefully we'll be able to bring it into the closing. But ladies, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you on set.
Thank you for
And
having
looking
us.
forward to having you back again.
All right, thank you.
You don't want to miss it. Of course, the NSSEC Entrepreneurship competition is happening, so make sure that you go to all social media platforms and ensure that you see the particular dates that are coming up, speaking about the opening ceremony, a virtual teachers training session, and the closing ceremony as well. Stay tuned, there's more coming up after this.